Alright lads, I may or may not have some bad news about Nero Fest. Now, hopefully I am wrong in this, but I actually did a little bit of poking around at future events and kind of looking at the timeline for JP just to kind of see, alright, what are we going to get over here on NA? Because, I know we're all like really gassed about anniversary on JP and like, I don't know, what is it, like 8-9 days from now? But also on, global, we're looking forward to this Nero Fest, right? We've had like a lot of really insane units drop, and we need the QP, the EXP, and the mats to get them leveled and everything, right? I know that my Melusine is still stuck at level 1 because I just don't have any QP, and I do not have any EXP, and I do not want to farm dailies, right? I'd rather save my apples and everything for Grand Nero Fest over here. Everyone is really excited about this event because we have all these really cool servants that we can use now, and this is like not only a huge farming event, right? Like you're going to be farming just box after box after box, and now we have Buster farming, but again, we are in dire need for these materials. But I did a little poking around because I was like, okay, what else could they possibly throw our way that they would throw at us, before they go ahead and do Nero Fest? Like, what excuse could they possibly have lined up? And I don't want to be a doomer here. They could just put Nero Fest out first, but we do also have hunting quests that are supposed to follow the Avalon, Morgan rerun banner over here. So I'm losing my words because I'm gonna be really mad if I get over here on Monday, right? I log into my FGO, and instead of seeing the God farming event Nero Fest, I basically see the more mid lotto event, right? Because hunting quests, in truth, are like not that bad, right? I have it pulled up. These aren't bad mats that you can get. And again, I call them like mini lottos because they kind of are mini lottos, right? Like you get some EXP, you get some mats, you get some materials, and look, sometimes you can get a little bit of QP, right? You can get this nice QP stuff, because I believe the magical sticks here stuff, I believe these actually spawn because this is supposed to coincide with this like Prisma Ilia thing, so they threw that in there, and they're like, oh, you could also get like 2 million QP, but this was better on JP, because look at the gap. Right? Like, look at the gap between Nero Fest and August. If you, like, summoned and leveled up a ton of these units, you started Grail 120ing people, right? You might be really low on mats. So the fact that you could get 2 mil on all of these stages for, like, one of these random spawns made it kind of nice, because it was, like, a little mini lotto event. But if you're us over here on NA, and you drop the mini lotto before the big lotto, this starts to stink, right? It starts to not be very good. Now, in truth, I'm still kind of confident that Lisangle is not going to blue ball us on Nero Fest. I really hope they do not do that. I hope they're not like, no, you know what, we cut it before, the Melusine banner was supposed to come out, and we're just going to push it back to like late August. I am really praying they don't do that, right? Because we all just desperately need materials and stuff. But it is supposed to follow this Morgan banner over here. There's not a whole lot else that it really could be. I think we're way too early for summer. As you can see on JP, their summer event was late. Do I think it's going to be in September? Probably not. It's probably going to be like late August, maybe like around the 20th or something along those lines. I think it'll be a little bit later, but I'm like, man, I just had this realization as I was like going through and looking at everything. And, like I kind of said it as a meme a couple of times, but then I went to go check. I was like, wait, I do remember there being a hunting quest around this time. It's not actually a meme. There is a hunting quest. There's hunting quest 11 over here. And, oh man, like, because normally when these would come out, I'd be like, oh, these are great to farm. You can get some nice materials. It doesn't have a whole lot of overlap with Nero Fest's lottery over here as well, which made it pretty nice because, as you can see, I don't think any of these, aside from Dust, are in this one right here. Like aside from Dust, I think there is no overlap. So, it should actually be, are there fangs? No, yeah, there's no fangs, yeah. So, like, there's no overlap aside from the Dust over here. So, it would actually be good. It would be something that I would be like, yeah, you should definitely go farm a couple of these hunting quests. Maybe use like an apple or two here and there if you really need some of the material. But dog, if we're waiting for Nero Fest, this is functionally going to be a wasted event because nobody's going to use their apples on these unless you are in desperate need of, say, I don't know, octuplet crystals or something right over here. Unless you're in desperate need, no one's using their apples on this event when you know that Nero Fest is somewhere right around the corner. And if they do Hunting Quest first, I'm gonna start to ponder if they're even gonna bring Grand Nero Fest back, because I don't think they'll skip out on a rerun for us. I think that'd be really weird for them to do, but like, I don't know. I'd like to get your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Like, do you guys think that they're going to do Hunting Quest before they do Grand Nero Fest? I just can't see that being a wise idea. Like, in my head, it just doesn't make any sense, because we know this is coming out. As much as like in the live streams they like to meme and be like, oh, we're trying to cut down on your clairvoyance EX. They try to do that all the time. But pretty much, aside from what the exclusive CE that we got for anniversary, like that 6th anniversary one where like Castor and them are all like eating and everything, aside from that, everything was spot on. We had that down to a T. So they didn't really get around our clairvoyance or anything, unless you want to count, like, I don't know, the games releasing, but that's not related to FGO, unless, like, you know, like the Samurai Remnant trailer that we got. It's like, I don't think that counts, you know, as subverting our clairvoyance or anything, right? But I'm like, dude, I know that you guys are like, oh, we want to make sure the NA player base doesn't know what's going on, but removing one of the better events in the game, I don't think is the way to do it. So hopefully, you know, Monday rolls around, we get the reset, boom, they just drop Grand Nero Fest, and we're all good. There's no huss, no fuss, no none of that. But I'm telling you, I'm just gonna try to prepare some people, because I don't want to have people being like super gassed and super excited to farm Lotto on, you know, Monday, when presumably the event would drop. Who knows? They could drop it tomorrow for all we know. But I don't want people to get excited for that, and then they wake up and they're like, all right, can't wait to farm, and they're like, nope, you're farming Hunting Quests. Wait another week, right? Because I believe on JP, there was an event that dropped like a week. Yeah. Like, okay, as you can see, the Hunting Quest kind of like run till like the very end of September alongside this campaign, and then like immediately after that, they moved into summer. But again, like I'm saying, this is a very late summer. I don't think it makes sense to do that. And we definitely have the time, even if they want to have summer be closer to, let's say, late August / early September. You drop Nero Fest on like the week of the 24th. It's 2 weeks, so it runs the 24th and the week of the 31st. Then we move into August, right? We could do Hunting Quests, sure, the week of like the 7th, right, for August. And then we could do summer like the week of the 14th and the 21st, right? Or we could do the pre-release campaign the week of the 14th, and then we could do summer the 21st and 28th, right? Like, I feel like that's a very fine schedule, right? I feel like that checks out, that meets like all the weekly updates that they like to do. I feel like it makes sense, but I don't know. You can let me know in the comments down below. Does it sound like I am coping too hard? I might be coping a little bit, but I think it makes sense, and I just want this event, man. And I don't know, I just had this like random intrusive thought that was like, no, go back and check. No, there is a Hunting Quest that comes out like right after Morgan. And so like I went over and looked, and I was like, I gotta tell the people about this. I was like, I gotta get some opinions on this. I need to make sure that I'm not crazy in this whole scheduling thing that I think would actually work out, and we could still get Nero Fest on Monday and still get, you know, this is kind of like close to a September / late August release. I'm like, I think that all works out, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if you think I'm absolutely crazy, but I think my schedule makes sense. I think it works out perfectly. So you guys can let me know all that. Leave a like on the video, subscribe, and yeah, hopefully by Monday we see this. We don't see this. I don't think anybody wants to see that.